church does not need people, not people. The church does not change people in the church. People will come and go, but the church is still the same. Whatever God said in the Old Testament is still relevant in the New Testament. God's word does not change. Too many times people are trying to change the church. But this word is true, and he protects his church, and Jesus is the one that instituted that of the church. He is the head of the church. In other words, that people don't have no power in the church. Church belongs to God. Yeah, you may have some power here in New Zion, but in God's church you don't have no power. I want to be a part of the church of Jesus this morning, because he looks at my heart. He knows how I feel about it. This church that you bow, come, you ought to attend it regularly. Too many times that people will come when they feel like it, when it's convenient for them. This past year, there are many occasions that you may have said, I just won't go today. But if you love the Lord with all of your heart, you look forward to coming and worshiping Him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sunday morning, you ought to be tearing up the house to get to the church house. Yes. It's strange to me that on Monday morning, people won't be late. They'll be on time. But let us talk about the church. Even though service starts at 10:35, we don't get there till 11 because we don't think anything's going to happen until 11. Stop. Hebrew in the 10th chapter, verse 25, tells us that we should not forsake the assembly of ourselves together. See, the Lord declares to his people what he wants you to do. Forsake not his assembly of coming to his church. Church is where you come and worship the Lord, and the Lord speaks to you through his word. Gives you a better outlook. Don't you know when there's an emergency, the first place that you try to go is to the hospital? Don't you know that if your life is not right, you ought to try to get to the church? It takes a lot to understand that assimilating yourself in the church. One thing that people don't realize that the day of the Lord is approaching. Time is going to run out on somebody. This thing about playing church soon will be over. Correct. Finally, now I'll get through and get out of here. There's three things that you also can vow to keep in mind concerning Christ and your relationship with him. This is something that all of us should know if you've been born again. Only through Christ can you find salvation. Yes, sir. Only in him you can do all the work in the church you want. You can sing all you want to sing. You can do all the other things that you think you have talent for. But the only thing that's going to save you is Jesus Christ. You need to keep that in mind. And what you want to do is develop a relationship with Jesus. Look at Acts 4 and 12 tells us, neither their salvation in other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men where we must be saved. It is only through Jesus Christ that you can be saved. Only through Jesus. Try all this other stuff if you want to. Jesus said he is the way, the truth, and the life, and no man coming unto the Father but by me. You need to understand that it is Jesus that you need to be committed to. People go to church simply because they want to hear someone sing. Somebody's not going to be there, they're not going to be there. But I come to be with my Jesus. Let him know how much I love him. You need to also vow to follow Christ's example. And what I simply mean by that, you can't go to heaven and not love everyone. Too many times we want to treat God and not love one another. But you got to love everybody. In spite of their wrong, in spite of what they've done to you, in spite of all the ills, you still got to love them. You need to vow to love one another. Thirdly, you need to vow and keep this in mind as well. You're not your own. But you belong to Christ.